Hi, we are Mike and Leanna of the Dry Campers. Thanks for joining us. If you are not familiar with our channel, we travel the country doing solar and lithium installs on RVs, and we film all of the installs and upload those for basically just for entertainment as well as for future clientele. We're not contracted through Battleborn or Victron or Northern Arizona Wind and Sun or Renogy, which are those are the brands that we are typically using when we do these installs, and there's a reason for that. And we get, a lot of questions. Well, why don't you use this battery, and why don't you use this battery, for lithium? And so today's video is really about why Battleborn.
That's my cue.
That's your cue.
So, in short, bang for the buck, Battleborn has the market cornered. I mean, you get a lot of power. It's safe. It has its own BMS built into every single battery. It controls the temperature highs and lows as far as working. It controls if there's too much voltage on the circuit, whether or not to shut itself off. If the voltage gets too low, it also shuts itself off. It's an all-around amazing piece of equipment that is quintessential in storing solar energy, or just storing energy period for that matter. They're light. Everything that they've advertised about those batteries is absolutely true. Nothing is marketed or gimmicked. I mean, they're just rock solid. A little bit different of a direction why Battleborn. It's not just why Battleborn. It's why dependability, which Battleborn falls into that category. So if we're installing in Texas and then 2 weeks later, I might be a couple thousand miles away. I want to put something in an RV, in your RV, that I'm not going to have to get a service call on because it was a little bit cheaper, or it may have been more expensive, but just all around, they're a rock solid energy storage solution. In comparison, it would take 2 lead acid batteries to equal 1 Battleborn battery, and those would be deep cycle marine 100 amp batteries, which weigh anywhere from 75 to 100 pounds a piece, whereas the Battleborn battery is 30 pounds at 100 usable amps. So in all reality, apples to apples, the lithium battery is a quarter of the weight, equal power. So 150 to 200 pounds versus 30. That's pretty much a no-brainer in my book. Now, the downside, yes, it's $1,000 up front. The longevity is 8 years. This is manufacturer warranty on Battleborn. It's 8 years full replacement warranty, and then 2 years prorated, so 10 years total. The life cycles on a lead acid battery are a year to 2 years. It's 300 to 500 cycles, charging cycles, down to 50% roughly. Battery manufacturers give lots of technical data, but the short and skinny of it is 300 to 500 battery cycles, and only 50% usable ability. Whereas if you drained a lead acid battery down every single day for a year, your battery is pretty much shot after a year. If you do a lithium battery, the cycles are 3,000 to 5,000. So let's just say 3,650 cycles, which is 10 years of draining the battery down every single day. So you would have to buy 10 times the amount of lead acid batteries over the span of 10 years to equal 1 lead acid battery. So if a lead acid battery is $100, let's just say, and your single lithium battery is $1,000 for easy math, you're thinking to yourself it's an equal price. But it's not, because in order for a lead acid to match the power and performance of a lithium battery, you have to buy two batteries. So 100 amp usable versus 100 amp usable. So over the course of 10 years, you'll spend $2,000 draining it down every single day versus a lithium battery at $1,000. So in short, a lithium battery is a lot of money up front, but it's half the price. So that's my conclusion.
It's just a one-time larger investment, basically.
Exactly.
And that's what you have to think about it. You have to think about it as an investment, because that's what it is. As long as you're going to be in your RV and you're going to be RVing, it's an investment. If you're, you know, even then, I still think it's worth it.
Even if you're a weekender.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
The battery doesn't have to stay in the RV even if you sell it. You can move it to the next RV.
So another thing about Battleborn, I would say, is their customer service. I work pretty closely. So if you're not familiar with how our business model works, Mike is the guru. He is the installer. Or what we like to call the
resident nerd.
No, the installer, the magician. You know, like installation magician. Is that how Kyle says it? But so Mike does. You know, he'll design a system for the RV. He's not going to sell you on something that you don't necessarily need either. I do everything on the back end, and I do all the orders. I work with Ronnie of Battleborn, and we have a great relationship with Ronnie. He's always there. I mean, I have seen that guy return my emails at 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes. Like, he's always working for us, and he's pushing. But not only just Ronnie, but everybody that we have ever worked with through Battleborn is amazing. They all know they know the product like the back of their hand. Mm-hmm. They know what they're talking about, and you can tell that they're not giving you like BS. You know, you can call them up and ask them troubleshooting questions. A lot of times Jesse will be the one to troubleshoot for you. He's amazing at what he does. We work directly with so many people at Battleborn, and that's just the relationship that we have built over time. We've been working with them for almost a year now, or about a year, I guess. Yeah. And we have thoroughly enjoyed that relationship. But it's not just about our relationship, it's about how they also treat our clients. They are just phenomenal. I mean, I like to call them the Chick-fil-A of batteries, because if you've ever been to Chick-fil-A and had a Chick-fil-A experience, they're usually pretty darn good.
They're on point with the orders, are almost never wrong. They're always smiling, happy, friendly.
It's their pleasure to serve you.
Right.
And that is exactly what Dennis at Battleborn has really, I think, just
enthralled.
That's what I was going to say, but is that the proper word? But yeah, I mean, he just enthralled that into his employees. Or, you know, he's chosen people who are willing to take that above and beyond stance. And that is what we're about as well as a company, because we're always going to go above and beyond. He stays very busy, but we're always going to go above and beyond. We always, you know, if people need us after hours, we do our best to be there. Battleborn is the exact same way, and we're not trying to sell you on Battleborn. You can choose whatever you want. This is why we personally, as a company, and personally, we installed, you know, we have Battleborn in our own RV, because that is what we trust, and what we really like. If you don't already know who Will Prowse is, you probably should, because he is such a wickedly smart kid. And I say kid because he seems young, but I don't know how old he is. I think he's probably in his 20s, but he is so smart. And one of my favorite videos is actually him he opens up the batteries so that you can
cuts it open.
Yeah, he like cuts it open so that you can actually see the inside. The link to that video is up here, but check that video out if you have further questions about what a battle born looks like, those kinds of things, because he has some really good information on battle born. So thank you for joining us on this video. We hope you enjoyed learning why we use Battleborn and why we love Battleborn batteries. And you know, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us and we'll answer them as best we can. We can't tell you or show you how to install anything, and the reason that we do that is for liability purposes. And then Battleborn, just know that Battleborn is really good though at answering questions. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to them directly, and I know that they will help you.
Yes. Hi, thanks for joining us.
How you doing the intro?
Sorry,
you're gonna talk batteries.
she is doing the intro.
All right, ready?
Let's do it.
No way.